God's Day to you today. Pastor David from 10 Mile and Lumberton, wanting to share with you some things for this time we have in the world. Exodus chapter 14 verse 13 says, Moses answered the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring to you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again." Can you imagine being backed into a corner with no place to go? On both sides of you are cliffs, and behind you is water. Then, if that's not the worst of it, out in front of you is a man who wants you dead. He and all his people have just lost their firstborn male children, and he's out for blood. What's going through your mind when you're backed into that corner? Moses, an 80-year-old man at this time, stands in front of you and he says, "Do not be afraid." The people had just seen God place 10 plagues on the people of Egypt. The last plague had taken the lives of the firstborn and had spared the lives of the Israelite families with the blood of the Lamb on their doorposts. In the previous verses, they saw the Egyptians coming and had started to grumble. Yes, they had already forgotten what they had seen God do. Do we forget when God has delivered us from our adversaries? How quickly do we forget? We're being asked to stay indoors and limit our contact with many others, and many are having to file for unemployment at this time, and it seems as though no one cares about our plight that we are in. God cares. Look again at what he says through Moses in Exodus 14 verse 13. Moses answered the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance of the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again." Let's break that down first. Let's look at it just a little bit deeper. Do not be afraid. What are you afraid of today? Loss of a job? That's a very real fear. Getting sick? That's a real fear as well. A loved one dying or having this COVID-19? Well, that's real fear as well. But God says, do not be afraid. What he's really saying is this: trust me. I got this. I'm in control. I am the only one sovereign God. You can trust me. Even if you get sick or go on unemployment, I'll be with you and never leave you. You can count on me. That's what God is saying to us today and wants us to know and understand. That is why we can say with assurance, stand firm and watch what I do for you. You do not even have to lift a finger because I am God. I got this. God is there. He knows what's going on. As I shared with you yesterday, none of this caught God by surprise. If it did, then he's not God. But he is God. And we can stand firm in the face of anything that comes our way and know that God is by our side. As you go through today, look at how many times God is at your side and thank him for being your God and protector in times of trouble and in times of good. Don't just set it to the side. Thank God for all that he has done. We are so blessed even in the midst of this because God has done so much for us. God loves you. And even if something were to happen, if you're one of his children, you are in his hands. He's taking care of you. So I want to say to you today, just trust God in the midst of all of this. And thank you, and God bless you. And if you want to know more about this great God that we serve, you can contact me through Facebook, and I'd love to share with you the gospel of Jesus Christ and spend time talking with you about what a great God we have. Until then, have a blessed day, and may God bless you in all that you do. Thank you.